Today I'm going to talk about my 2-year-old Slick SL59. Welcome back to the 11th Fret, everybody. My name is Chris. Thank you guys so much for coming on back. Today I am going to do something that's a little different. I mean, not unusual for this channel, but something you don't see on YouTube too much, because often what you find is people unboxing guitars for the first time, getting their initial reaction, and then playing it and oohing and eyeing over it, and then you don't see what happens about 3 to 6 months down the road when they're over it, right? It does happen. So today I'm going to share with you my experiences with the Slick SL59 right here. So for starters, this guitar is very low frills. It's very easy to play. There's not much to it. It's a nice no frills rock and roll machine. It's got a single P90 in the bridge, a wrap tail brass tailpiece right down here on the bottom, which can be intonated. It's got a single volume knob with a brass knob on top, one output jack, and it is a 24 3/4 inch scale, similar to Gibson. So what's really cool about this guitar is it's plug and play. There's, like I said, there's nothing to it. There's no switches, no other frills, no phase inversions. You don't come loaded with like 37 tones. It's one tone, and it does that one tone extremely well. Now, what's also cool about this guitar is it has the 3+3 headstock up here with these brass tuning keys. It's your simple Jin-Ho Korean manufactured tuning keys here, which could be easily replaced if you wanted to. I believe they also make locking tuners, which I've done on other guitars I've owned. So if you want to put lockers up here, that's totally cool too. It's a bolt-on neck. It's got the serial number on the neck plate, Earl Slick's little silhouette. And down here, you also have this control cavity. And what's crazy about this control cavity is if you look in the front, there is one volume knob. So you've got a lot of space here. If you wanted to put switches, if you wanted to put a tone knob, you could. There's a lot of things you could do in here, but you don't really have to. But at least they opened up the options for you. So this is definitely an easy mod platform. And that's kind of it. This thing is made out of ash. It's heavy. I believe this thing comes in at, let's see here, 8 pounds. So it does have some weight to it, and that's probably because it's not routed out completely for other pickups. This thing is as solid as can be, and that's pretty much it. So on top of that, you have a really nice flat 12-inch radius. That makes it very easy to solo on. If you're looking to gig with a guitar that you can play some easy leads on, 12-inch radius, you're not going to go wrong with that at all. It's got a 43mm wide nut, so this is actually a nice wide neck, and the neck profile itself feels kind of like a modern C shape. It's very easy to hold, very easy to play, kind of nice if I'm being honest. Now what's really interesting about this guitar too is that it comes pre-finished with a Relic. So what does Relic mean? If you don't know, that means that the guitar has been artificially, if you will, worn down. Make it look like it's been on the road for years and years and years, and that it's been your #1 guitar that you've thrown around the stage and gotten in drunken fights with and all that crazy stuff. But no, this thing has been reliced from the factory. And so you might think that this is inauthentic. It might feel weird to you that you haven't put all these little bruises and rub marks all over this guitar, but that's okay, because at least it starts off that way. So you can take this thing on the road with you and you can abuse it. You can feel pretty guilt-free for throwing this guitar around. If you really want to fall down on something, this is the guitar to fall down on. You don't want to fall down on your guitar that you paid about $4,000 to $5,000 for, especially $4,000 to $5,000 for a Relic guitar, because those do exist. So this guitar does feel like the real McCoy. It plays nice. It just feels nice on the fingers. And yeah, I do like the way that this has been worn down, because what's really cool about this that I've seen in comparison to other guitars out there that have been pre-reliced, I should say, is that other guitars have had a skin laid over the instrument to make it look like it's been reliced. So what you see, the wood grain that's underneath the paint, is not actual wood grain. It is a print. This is real wood grain underneath this finish. It's an automotive paint, so the guitar breathes. It sounds nice. It's just no frills. So when I do a sound demo for this guitar, it's going to be really easy. It's going to be clean, a little bit of gain, and a lot more gain. And then the sound demo's over. It's so cool. It's that simple. So with that in mind, let's get started with the tones. I am going to be plugging this guitar straight into a Boss Katana 100 Mark II, going straight into my Focusrite Scarlett 18920. And the reason why I chose the Boss Katana 100 Mark II is because it's a very accessible, affordable amplifier that's available to everybody, so you can recreate these tones all on your own very, very simply. So what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the matter, because I mean, personally speaking, I love this guitar. This is not, again, an unboxing review. This is I've owned this guitar for 2 years review. I'm letting you know what my experiences were with this guitar, and I wanted to be able to share that with you just in case you're on the fence, because honestly, Slick Guitars is one of those sleeper brands out there that needs to get more credibility. I know people who've bought them, who love them. They always get great reviews, and I'm no exception. I'm giving this a wonderful review. I think it's phenomenal. The frets feel great. It's easy to play. This 12-inch radius is just nice on the fingers. This modern C profile, so awesome. It's just a battle axe of a guitar, and there's a reason why I've owned it for 2 years and have not sold it, because guess what? I sold my Gibson Les Paul Special with P90s. It sounded great too, but this just was doing what I wanted it to do more than that guitar was doing. And granted, that guitar had a neck pickup, but this is a nice little junior alternative if you're looking for that Les Paul Junior. This is a nice way to go, and I do like the fact that it's got symmetrical horns, so the cutaways here are nice and even, unlike the Les Paul Junior, which has asymmetrical, like the upper horn is longer than the lower horn. Everybody's different. This kind of just has that Joan Jett and the Blackhearts sort of vibe to it, like the kind of like a melody maker, right? I can't recommend this guitar enough for anybody who's looking for a straight up rock and roll machine that does one thing and one thing well. Now granted, P90s aren't for everybody. They are a single coil, so there is going to be 60 cycle hum associated with it. But then again, a lot of guitarists out there are playing P90s, like Billy Joe Armstrong, for example. His signature Les Paul Jr., I believe it's Les Paul Jr., it does have a single P90 in there as well. A lot of amazing guitar players out there use P90s for rock and roll, despite the unfortunate 60 cycle hum that might come with it. So if you want to pick one up for yourself, just go over to guitarfetish.com. I'll leave a link down below in the description and pick one of these up for yourself. I believe these are on sale right now for about $249, and if they have coupons that go out that apply to the Slick brand, definitely take advantage of that. Now, just to forewarn you, Guitar Fetish does charge shipping on top of the purchase, so expect a shipping charge to go in addition to. So if you have other things you need to pick up, like pickups and pick guards, accessories, or another guitar, make sure you throw it into the same order, because it'll help save you on shipping down the road. They do not charge sales tax, so make sure you follow your local laws and pay the sales tax as needed. But other than that, they don't charge sales tax. So do with that as you will. Outside of that, this guitar is amazing. Pick one up for yourself. And as always, if you like guitar related content like this, make sure you hit that like button. It does help others who have similar interests to yourself find this channel, and also hit that subscribe button so you can make your way right on back over here. Hit that little bell notification to be notified when I do upload new content. I do love all my subscribers, and we are pushing right at that 1,000 subscriber mark. And those small potatoes, but for a YouTube channel, that's kind of a big deal. That first 1,000 is the biggest hurdle to climb. So make sure you're part of that journey. It helps me out, and I would be enormously grateful to you for doing such a thing. As always, thank you guys so much for coming on back. I love each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take it easy.